My name's Martha, and this is Thom.
Hello.
We go to St Barney's. We all go to the evening service mostly. Come say hello if you ever want to introduce yourselves. This vlog, I'm going to be asking Thom some questions. So, Thom, what do you do as a job now?
At the moment, I am a product manager, which means I try and take all the different things that our customers want and put them into a product and get my company and the people in my company to make that product so that the customers really want to buy it.
Cool.
If you're wondering, our product is a home energy management system, which means you can go home, or your parents can go home, press an app and save 50% off your energy bill.
That sounds good. I want to save money on my energy bills.
But we're not about promoting my company here.
Anyway, Thom, how have, since we're talking to people who have had exams recently, or are having exams now, how have your exams in the past helped you to be where you are today?
Wow, good question. I quite enjoyed exams. When I was in youth group, there was a few kind of geeky phrases that I was renowned for saying. One of them was, "Exams are fun." True story. The other ones was, "Where's my computer?" And
in that voice.
"Pass me the sodium chloride." So
Isn't like I heart spreadsheets also one?
It's just later in life, yes.
Yeah, Thom loves spreadsheets.
I do like spreadsheet.
How have your exams helped you? Yeah, to be where you are now.
So a lot. So I did engineering at university. I did physics, maths, and chemistry, and philosophy at A level. And so obviously there's a lot of exams and a lot of calculations. And then went on to do chemical engineering at university. Again, lots of exams, lots of calculations. And then I actually went on and did a PhD. So it's a kind of a verbal examination and you have to defend your case. So a bit different from most kind of written exams, yeah. But they all helped me get the jobs I've ended up getting. And get qualified, become a chartered engineer, become a doctor. Lots of fun letters after your name. So if you want lots of letters after your name, keep doing exams.
Yeah.
They're not really worth anything, but they're quite fun.
So 2 questions now. Practical top tips for our friends here, and then spiritual top tips to help them in their exams. So
quick
and like try and condense it into like 1 minute.
1 minute.
So
Martha knows I like to talk a lot. We used to Skype and I would just talk for half an hour about something I'd learned and Martha would smile and nod.
No, it was useful. Go on.
Top tip for an exam.
Practical
one, pack a sharpener and pack a rubber.
Oh yeah.
But in terms of actually doing the exam, so I did a lot of the maths and physics exams and I found that you could always back calculate the equation from the units, which I found quite helpful. So if you learn the units, you can always back calculate.
Good.
And then also if you're struggling to know what the right thing to do is, I would just put down every equation I knew that was to do with, say, electricity and hope that I'd get a mark. So your workings get you marks. So even if you don't know the answer, don't be demoralised. Just write down all the different things that are in the question. Try and bring to mind whatever equation you know that has all of those different pieces in it. So if you're doing your, v squared equals u squared plus 2as, that kind of equation, just write down what you've got in the system, in the question, and then you can answer it from there. So that's my top tips for practically doing them.
Nice. Spiritual top tips.
Spiritual top tips. I prefer these. So I think I've got 3. First one is know that who you are is enough.
Yeah.
You are okay. Whatever happens after your exams, like you and Jesus, you're good. Like what happens after the exam doesn't affect who you are. For more on that, Martha did some really good declarations in her vlog, so they're well worth listening to. So that's the first thing. Like, make sure you've got that in mind when you're going to the exam. Second thing, when you go into the exam, there's the tendency for a lot of people to get quite anxious. You might be one of those people. I would encourage you to listen to the voice of peace rather than the voice of anxiety. God's peace is one of your strongest weapons in that situation. Like, you're going to do much better bringing to mind all the knowledge that you've got if you're feeling relaxed and peaceful. So my top tip for that is to close your eyes when you go in there and pray, and just take your time to kind of center yourself on God and remember who he is, and focus on him. And something on that is to just know that the Spirit of God who raised Jesus from the dead lives inside of you, and so that can flow out freely at any moment. So just taking that time to focus on God, to bring that alignment. If you know any scripture off by heart, just remember it in your mind. That can be really helpful. And then my third tip, I did this later in life when I was doing some of my university exams. I don't know whether it helped me get more marks or less marks, but it helped me kind of focus. Was at the top of my exam paper, I just write a prayer. When you've just got those kind of open, like lined sheets rather than all the kind of actual questions, and I'd write the first few sentences. I just write a prayer, inviting God into that exam and helping him to remember stuff. So know who you are is good. You're okay. When you go into the exam, don't partner with anxiety, but choose to focus on God's peace, and then center yourself on him through prayer, and maybe even writing a prayer down on your exam paper. We wish you all the best with your exams, and we'll be praying for you.
Yeah.
Holy Spirit, I pray that you would come into all of these hearts now, that you would remind them who they are and who you say that they are, and you would give their minds such abilities to learn, to understand, and then to reproduce that learning and understanding under exam conditions. Bless them, God, with the great abundance in all that they do. Amen.
Amen. Thanks for listening.
God bless you. Have an amazing time.
Bless you guys. Have a great time.
Come and say hi.